What I call ACC blowout, 4 or 5 point victory on one team or another. And in the ACC, seems as though you always have a lot of closely contested games in our league with two teams that are battling and going at each other. I thought both teams played extremely hard today. I thought the fact that we had not won here once in 10, 11 years, I thought was a motivating factor for our team. We had a lot of things we pointed to with our youngsters. And it seemed as though the respect we have for them, because it has been very difficult for us to come in here and play with the emotions that I thought our guys played with today. This been kind of a elusive mindset with our players. You can say that because they're young and learning, but today I thought that instead of looking like a team of 7 first-year players, I thought we looked like a team. I was very proud of the effort that they gave. We worked our fans off on Booker, and we really held him down to 19 points and 11 rebounds. Good job. and believe me, I was proud of the defensive effort that we gave. That just shows a lot about what kind of character he has and what kind of player he is. And what such a good job they do of getting him the ball in spots where he can be effective. He's just a world-class guy. We were just able to, after the first half, we got a lead. They came back and stormed back in the beginning of the the second half. And I thought we just played just well enough down the stretch to keep them at bay. Game probably could have gone either way there in the latter stages of the game. We were just very fortunate to come away. I thought Michael Snare took one shot the first half. Says a lot about him. He was giving us tremendous leadership. It wasn't about him individually. It was about us as a team, and I think it says a lot about his unselfish spirit, just wanting to lead a team that's been kind of up and down and inconsistent to victory. That says a lot about him and his character. That's what he did today. This probably was his best game, and he didn't score in double figures. And he's had some big games. The last 3 games, he's been averaging close to 20-something points a game. But I thought he was consistently leading and guiding a bunch of young guys and making sure that they played up to their capabilities. And I think that made a big difference in the game.
Questions, please? Leonard, you touched on it, but how big is it? Your best player scores 8 points, and you still get a big road win. And you had a 13-point lead at half with him not having a point.
Well, I don't know whether we could have won the game without his leadership, without him making that type of sacrifice. I mean, he was more concerned about everybody being where they supposed to be. He was kind of like a true coach on the floor there, but he was that way in the locker room, in the pregame, before the game, and he's speaking to the players after the game, saying the encouraging things that an experienced veteran should be saying to this team. We're still a work in progress. There's no question that we haven't even come close to reaching our position. But I was glad to see some our big guys go in and they gave full account of themselves, even though halftime they didn't know what they were doing. But that's kind of part of the growing up process. And Coach Barnell admitted we both kind of in those situations where we kind of growing up in front of y'all eyes. He has some really nice young quality players that are just going to improve and keep getting better. I think we both are kind of in similar situations. He has 2 seniors there with Jennings and Booker. I got Michael and Okara trying to give us some leadership, and so leading the young guys on. He's doing a great job with these young guys. I know what it's like when you got this many young guys you're trying to integrate into your system. Not easy.
Can you talk about the depth of your team? You got some key players in foul trouble early, but your bench came in, really played well in the first half for you.
The way we have been able to build our program up over the last 6 or 7 years is because we recognized early on that we probably not going to get the one and dones, the guys who are almost on their way to the NBA before they come to college. But we wanted to not have any bad players. We wanted to have guys that could play together as a team, and we wanted to be able to play with energy for the entire game. We have some depth on our team that's being groomed and molded in the fashion that the way we become accustomed to playing. In the day, I thought they all came with the right mindset that gave them a chance to contribute. Sometimes when when you're youngsters and coming out of high school and junior college, you've been accustomed to playing a certain amount of minutes, getting a certain amount of shots, because most of the time you are the best player on your team. So all of a sudden now you come to school, it's a whole different mindset these guys got to adjust to, learn the system, then be able to execute and trying to learn how to play within the system and utilize their talents. It's a work in progress, and I'm sure Coach Barnell was kind of laughing before the game about we were sharing youthful coaching experiences that we both are going through with our youngsters. And it was like he had been in my staff meetings and I had been in his staff meetings, because we both were sharing the same philosophy. So, but we do have some youngsters that are learning, and that's the way we have to play. But we need all of them contributing. And when they're learning and they're thinking, sometimes they're not able to go out and play up to their potential. And that's kind of where we've been, and probably still where we are today. The magnitude of the game, the importance, the respect we had for Clemson kind of brought that depth together, and everybody was keen in the scouting report, and we did all of those things. But if we're going to be successful, that's the way we've gotten to this point, and that's the way we're going to have to continue to keep building the program with quality depth, and when we get in foul trouble, be able to play through it, injuries and foul trouble and things of that nature.
For the last 5 or 6 years, your team has been consistency on the road. You're the third winningest team on the ACC in the last since 2008, finishing the top 3 on the road. What do you attribute to the road wins so well? Consistency.
Well, what we try to do is I try to not concern myself with anything other than the game plan. The atmospheres, we talk about it. Try to not concern ourselves with the venue, where we're playing, or if you think it's a bad call. I try not to complain a whole lot about calls, because it gives my kids permission to complain. And so we just try to stay focused. But I do think the quality of our depth has made a big difference, because we really play with energy. And sometimes people might be playing the top player, like we did probably play Michael with 38 minutes. Booker played 38 minutes. People would be playing their best player 38 minutes. Well, I might be playing my best player 27 minutes. And I think sometimes we're able to play with a lot of energy down the stretch. We've been able to win a lot of close games because of that. And I also think that defensively, we've been pretty solid with our philosophy defensively. I think our staff has led the nation maybe 3 times in the last number of years. Like we were #1 field goal percentage defensive team in the country 2 years in a row, and we was in top 5 or 6 last year. So our defense has been solid. We have not had maybe the best talent, but I think our guys have bought into playing together, playing unselfish and defending, and I think that's given us a chance to win on the road.
Everybody else set? Coach?